moment the sky's pretty good. It's quite clear. I don't know whether that's a good omen or not, we'll soon find out. But yeah, I think there are around 6 trails in this next location for us to do. We've got, I think, 3 more days of trails we can do, so we'll see how we get on. We're on quite a nice flat area actually, so it's been quite easy to camp out last night, but we didn't stay up very long. And at the moment, our favourite thing since Africa is doing reading time, so we have an hour or 2 of reading, and at the moment this is not promotional. Don't know the guy at all, we do watch his YouTube channel, but this one is Torn Trousers, and it's a couple of overlanders who spent a year in the Okavango Delta as managers of a camp, and so far really enjoying that. Anything Africa based really. So yeah, that's what we did last night. Went up into the tent early and had an hour read, and it also helps you get off to sleep. So woke up at 7, but it's still dark at 7, so sat and just chilled for 45 minutes before starting to slowly get ready, and it's now 8:30, so I'm going to put the jet boil on, make a cup of tea, and maybe today I'll take you around the vehicle to look at the setup. But my husband did this when we thought we were going to Africa in it, and didn't. Small issue, which turned into a big issue because of the mechanics. And yeah, then I decided I needed, after going to Africa and having a small amount of indoor space, decided that's what I would like to do our more adventurous travels, especially just so I can get down to the toilet in the middle of the night. But I'll give you a little run of the back. So these are the slide out drawers. So we've got space here for the chairs. These are the built-in drawers, which are super long. So these are really handy, and they've got we've actually got a double gas hob, and we've got a single one with us as well. I think we wanted to just see which we'd use more, and actually we've been using the single one more. Wash bowls, and then we've got a frying pan and soft pans, coffee press, and in this side we've got like the oil, salt and pepper, some sneaky chocolate, and tea bags back home from Yorkshire. And we've got the front runner crockery set, which is really cutlery set, which is really helpful. Just folds away nicely, and the table, which we've got a ledge for, it's designed a ledge for, just above the drawers, which slots in perfectly. And then here goes the ladders up to the rooftop tent. And then we've got our power points, lights, rear lights, and water switch. And this is the socket for the hose for the shower tent. And then we have a separate water bung in here to use for daily use for making brews, which I'll show you now. A water container we use in daily, which you just fill from the tank. We've each got a little section down the side of the ammo boxes for towels, coats, my toiletry bag, and then the pillows which go up in the hammocks. So we're back on the trails, day 6, and we've already passed several really sweet villages coming up through the hillsides. Some of them are almost like ghost towns, and I imagine it's been older farming communities where the generations are possibly dropping off now and moving for work. With lots and lots of properties for sale, but loads of them looking really run down. been unloved for some time, but then with people dotted around living amongst them, and then coming into other communities where there's small villages, it looks like there's more lived in houses and lots of farming and agriculture still happening in the areas, but all of them are really, really pretty villages, and it's nice to see. Reminds me a little bit of like passing through the Dales villages in Yorkshire, just sauntering along and feeling like there's nothing going to be there for miles and miles, and you come across another little village, one of my favourite places still on earth, and not far from home. But yeah, we're still on main roads at the moment, and I expect we will hit the gravel tracks very soon. Six days in, we're hoping to complete maybe like 4 trails today, maybe 3 trails. 2 of them are shorter, around 11 kilometres approximately, and the other in total is about 35 kilometres. So that'll probably be as much as we get through today, and we'll see if that weather front comes in. But look at these colours. So I know my landscape artist friends would absolutely love some of these colours. I was just looking for the track. The mist is clearing a little bit, but it looked like it was just going to take us over here, which is literally the ledge of the mountainside, so we're not doing that. So we're at the top, so looks like it's possibly a track to the left, but can't really see. You can see the edge of the valley here. The mist is still rolling in, and then to the other side it looks like there's possibly a track around the rock on that side, so we'll go and take a look now. We haven't actually come across anybody while we've been physically on the tracks. We haven't passed an absolute soul except in a vehicle, except for the couple of cyclists yesterday. So between tracks, yeah, there's been lots of people around, but physically on the tracks, not a soul, which was really unexpected. Okay, now we can see the mist is cleared. I'm just taking us around this rock face. Top side, you can now see the other track going around where it's cleared. Sometimes you just have to wait a little while for the weather to clear up, and other times it doesn't clear or gets worse. It's just a bit of a game of chance, but we're in luck, and it looks to be just passing little fluffy clouds of mist, and we can now get back on the track. So just trying to devise a plan. The track we were supposed to take, where there's been a forest fire by the looks, it's been ploughed out and it's lost part of the track. So we're now not sure if, first of all, how to get onto it, but secondly, if it's even open. So we're just looking at whether we can get around it, because the track we're on now that we thought might be the right one, because we couldn't get down there, leads to nothing. There's a poop, and it's quite a big poop with berries in it. Any guesses who that might belong to? You can see the track down the hill, but up to that it's just been, then there's just burnt areas where debris is down the hillside, so we don't think we can physically get down onto the track, so we're going to trail across one of the other hilltops, and we can do a zigzag and take a different trail. Oh, look at the rainbow. So whilst waiting for the mist to lift, I decided this was a great opportunity to take some photographs of the rainbow, and this was one of my favourites from that moment. We're still looking to see if there's access to this trail. You can see it further down, but it's quite hard to find. So I've just got out, it's just starting to rain, and it's like on cue really, because it did say from about 12 o'clock today, although we have tracked more west. It's given rain, and then the wind's picking up, and then picking up further by 6 o'clock, and it's now 20 to 12 and the rain's coming. So I'm just really hoping that that wind does stay away while we're at these high altitudes. It's like all weathers in one today. So this is nuts. We've literally just been walking up and down over this burnt area on the hillside and couldn't find where there was a possibility of meeting the track, and all I think we were focused on is just seeing the debris and the charred ground, and it's just had to walk back down and there's an actual path marked out. I don't know, with all that slate underneath, how we just managed to get up in one. think I might have to climb up the other side to get a better view downwards. Now you can see also the level of area from the wildfire, and I just hope that the wildlife made it into safe ground. And it's amazing how resilient animals are, especially bigger animals. They'll sense it and move on, but it's just the smaller animals and insects that tend to suffer. Just checking the tyres as we've come up there, because it's quite a lot of loose, sharp slate. Oh, that's a pretty cool road. So I think we've taken the wrong trail, because this goes to nothing. And we bumped into a guy on a bulldozer a bit further back into a village who was talking to us in Spanish. I wasn't sure about passing, but they're carving some new paths into the mountainside. Your wheel's going to be slightly downhill. Forward, forward, forward. Yeah, back. Coming back. Back. So it's really bizarre. The track we've just taken looks like it is part of the original track, and it's been all levelled out and then goes to nothing. Now we're watching a few of the wagons where they've put in a new route to try and work out the road down, which will lead us back onto the correct track. It's just so frustrating. So basically, this was the old trail, so we were at the top of this and should have come down into a bend and tracked round, and have destroyed that side of the trail. So we've just gone by all the works and just found our way through and down. So I'm not sure if this trail entrance will exist when they finish the works, because I can't work out what the hell they're doing. But hopefully for the rest of the trail it'll be okay, but it's a bit of a guessing game at the moment. So we've found the route and we're now on our way to Iguena, which will then take us down into the next trail. It's 1:45 already. Don't feel like we're making massive progress today over short journeys, so we'll have to stop for lunch soon, have a little break, and just enjoy the rest of this trail. We're about halfway around now. Oof, my hand's freezing. The mist is gone and the wind seems to have calmed a little bit, and we've just arrived at a refugio up in the mountains that we're going to check out for the second time on this trip. Yeah, the wind is not going to really stop much, is it? What's that all about? This one's not as well organised as the other one that we saw. And the window is not really going to stop much in terms of bad weather, so you can have the heating on, but still going to be blowing a gale through that window. But I guess it's better to have some refuge than none if you're stuck here in bad weather. So it's 9 AM and I woke up to horrendous rain, which is now fairly heavy. We've just been to the shower block. Luckily we decided to stay at our campsite last night. There's just us here in a van near town, because we went out to have some dinner, which was nice after almost a week on the trails. But we've also got some thunder this morning, so not sure. We need to check these trails out and see if they are going to be okay for us to pass them today. Yeah, bit of a shame. We've been so lucky up to now for this time of year, but I think the next couple of days are going to change. So there is actually a little shelter near reception with some benches under, so I'm hoping we can pull the vehicle up to the shelter to open the back up and then make a brew. Managed to get the car close to the cover on the campsite and get the rooftop tent down. So at least we've got some shelter while we're making breakfast, and then we can see what the day holds. So just some bacon and mushroom, and then hopefully if the weather is bad then we don't have to worry on the road so much about lunch today. So try and fill our bellies. Oh my god. Oh, are you sure? No. It's so wet. I'm going to struggle to video today. We're on a very steep edge of a hillside. I think we're on the wrong track. Okay, we've come on the wrong track. And this is a really shitty place to turn. We're right on the edge of the hillside. Sometimes it takes a little while even with the offline maps to catch up and it looks right, and then a few minutes later it's not put you on the right track. This one did look clearer also. It doesn't help when the weather's like this because it's hard to get out and scout because it's just getting soaking wet. So I'm going back uphill. Going to be on that one. That's where we went. Just try and edge of the other side. And it's wanting us to go up this overgrown track. No way. No one been here.
Watching, and if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing so you don't miss the next episode, and bye for now.